Okay, so Christian Pulisic was in the Champions League this week, so let's run it back Champions League style. No Christian Pulisic here, but Gio Reyna came off the bench and had not one Herc, but 2 assists. Shout out to the Orlando fans. We love you, we're paying attention. Dortmund beat Copenhagen, Herc, 3-0. Great to see Gio back out there.
It's amazing to see Gio back. It's been a while. It's good to see him back in there. 67 minutes. He gets 2 assists. It's exactly what you expect of Gio Reyna when he's healthy.
So he came off the bench and had 2 assists in a 3-0 win for Dortmund. Weston McKennie, a halftime sub, and he scored 8 minutes after coming onto the game. Not the result he wanted, but certainly the performance he wanted. PSG went up 2-0 early and ends up winning 2-1.
Typical Weston McKennie fashion, right? Set piece, header. You knew it was coming. Yep. Elevated over everybody. Take that, Donnarumma.
Big moment, too. We know Weston definitely won
Free
the big
Kaler.
Stage. All right, so another goal featuring Concacaf. Edson Alvarez for Ajax starts and scores. Actually, the game winner for Ajax in a 4-0 victory over a Rangers squad that featured James Sands and Malik Tillman. Hurt.
You think he's a little angry he didn't go to Chelsea? Look at that. You're seeing the best out of Edson right now.
I'll tell you, he's going to be pretty happy he didn't go to Chelsea. But we'll talk about that in a second. All right, so we have 3 candidates right there. Which one do you think had the best midweek, Herc, in the Champions League?
It wasn't just statistically, but it was emotionally and personally. It had to be Gio Reyna. Gio Reyna, the last time we fully saw him on the field, featuring healthy, when you say there was nothing wrong with him, nothing about him, was September 2nd, 2021.
Has it been that long?
World Cup qualifier against El Salvador. He comes out and he's not been fully fit since then. It's been over a year. He needed this desperately. You're 80 some odd days, less than 80 some odd days from a World Cup. And if there's one player that needed to be emotionally, physically in check and ready, it was Gio Reyna. This performance coming in for an injured player.
Yep.
And Hazard, and having that performance, 2 assists, it's going to do wonders for his confidence, and it's also going to send a message to Greg Berhalter.
So 2 assists, 67 minutes. It looks great on paper, but you, the player who watched the game, did he look like the old Gio Reyna?
He did. You know, there was a play where Bellingham and Reyna ended up tangling up with a player, and the player got into Gio Reyna's face. And it was Bellingham and Reyna that literally bullied this player. And it was that snarly, that mean Gio Reyna back there. You've not had that. Gio's one of the few players that has that, probably since the Dempsey era.
And you can tell that the rest of the team loves him. Bellingham obviously had his back there. Julian Brandt, who's the man of the match, was interviewed after the game. He said, hey, you could have given it to Reyna, right? Coming off the bench for all the injuries that he's been through to get those 2 assists huge. You know I'm not going to agree with you. You know I cannot do that.
What you got?
So remind me of the 3 players that we just mentioned. Which one started for his team?
Edson.
Okay. So I'm going to go with Edson. I'm going to go with Edson because he started.
The only guy who didn't get a goal assist.
Oh, he got a goal. I gotta go with Edson here. So he gets a goal. He gets a goal. Not something that he's usually known for. He gets a goal here in an easy, I think, 4-0 win. Boy, it's not just Edson. It's Ajax, dude. Ajax looked really, really good. Maybe it's a statement on Rangers. I can't pretend to watch them all that much. I thought it would be a much closer game. So to see Edson play as well as he did and Ajax play as well as they did, and on top of that, we talk about how important it is. Dude, they've sold like 9 or 10 players, Ajax.
Crazy amount of players.
He is the guy right now. He is the guy for Ajax.
Not only is he the guy, but all eyes are on Edson over this failed transfer with Chelsea. So it's an unbelievable moment to get on the score sheet.
And I just to finish off the point we made earlier, I think it's great that he didn't go to Chelsea. A week ago, I would have said something different.
Really?
But yeah, it's just Chelsea's a mess right now.
$50 million transfer.
With a coach, you don't know who the coach is going to be. If you think Edson isn't good enough to play at another big club, then okay. But I think he is good enough to play at another big club. No, I'm not saying that.
I just don't think another big club moment's going to come around like that.
The one player that we didn't mention there is Weston McKennie. Gets the goal. He comes off the bench. I'm looking at the Juve midfield. You don't seem that worried. Betancourt, Locatelli, Leandro Paredes, Adrian Rabiot, all internationals for their respective teams. You don't, and we haven't even mentioned Paul Pogba. I mean, you're not worried about his playing time there in the midfield?
And what did I tell you? If you're going to worry anytime a top player comes into a team for an American or a Mexican, all you're going to do is worry. Because if you want him at top teams, this is what it's about. Weston has proven himself before, and half the time he doesn't even play in the middle.
Yep. All right, so real quick, let's take a look at some more Concacaf participation in the Champions League over the midweek, because there was a lot of it. A lot of Canadian representation, the Americans and Mexicans as well. Serginho Dest and Jorge Sanchez each making their debuts for AC Milan and Ajax, respectively.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.